Hello, I'm Daniel Goleman. I'm best known for my work on emotional intelligence. Over the years since I wrote that book, I've been writing about it in business articles for Harvard Business Review, for example. And also, I've been catalytic in getting programs in schools on what's called social emotional learning, which takes the elements of emotional intelligence and puts them into the curricula. And there are many other uses of emotional intelligence, not just for business performance, not just for education, but also, and this may be of most interest to the UN, in helping people gather and strengthen and cultivate the internal and interpersonal skills that help them recover from trauma, from stress, that help them work together better as a team, that help them, in other words, be top performers. My model of emotional intelligence has four parts. There's self-awareness, knowing what you're feeling. There's managing your emotions, not only knowing what you're feeling, but being able to recover quickly from stress, being able to keep your eye fixed on a goal and take the steps necessary to achieve that goal, staying positive no matter what happens, seeing the possibility of growth, of improvement. And then there's empathy, knowing what other people are feeling, and then using that in relationship skills, getting along on a team, influencing people, persuading them, inspiring them, motivating them, working with them, handling conflicts. All of those come under emotional intelligence. So in the social emotional curricula for kids, what we've done is to take those skills, that human skill set, and bring it into the ordinary school curriculum in a way that doesn't take much time from other courses like math or anything like that. Sometimes it's incorporated into the regular subject. But what we do is give kids practical lessons in self-awareness, self-management, empathy, and relationship building. I'll give you an example. This is something I saw in school in New Haven, Connecticut, where they've been doing SEL for quite some time. In every classroom, there's a picture of a traffic light, and it says green. It says, whenever you're upset, remember the traffic light. Red light, stop, calm down, think before you act. Yellow light, think of a range of things you could do and what the consequences would be. And then green light, choose the best one and try it out. And that is now part of the culture of that school. When a student gets into trouble in class, the teacher will take them through the stoplight. Kids will do it with each other. We find SEL in every part of the world now. It's a movement that's been going for about 25 years, and I've never seen it not be able to be adapted for any particular culture. Of course, every culture values emotions differently. It has its own norms for expressing emotions, but we all have the same wiring of the brain, the same central nervous system. So kids need to learn self-awareness. They need to learn self-management. They need to learn how to read other people's emotions and how to get along. There's no culture in the world that doesn't want its kids to learn those lessons. I would love to see these skills taught as part of the necessary skill set for people working in any agency, particularly an international agency, because the abilities of emotional intelligence, of being aware of your own emotions, managing the unruly ones, the things that make you overreact, being able to marshal the positive ones, being able to tune into people even if they're from a different culture, and then being able to work well with them is absolutely essential to the work of an international agency. Well, in the business world, this is being implemented globally. And we find generally, for example, take a team. Teams have group level emotional intelligence. And the most emotionally intelligent teams are also the most high performing, by whatever metric you use to measure the output of that team. This is something that's very well validated, very well researched. So I think that the general correlation between high emotional intelligence and high performance, which we see at the individual level, also works at the group level. People who have been in a traumatic situation, like child soldiers who are maybe forced to kill people, have really lots of emotional work to do. And I would say that healing trauma is something that is essential in that situation. But over and above that, you want to help people get back to normal. You want to help them be an effective human being. And so the good news about emotional intelligence is it's learned and learnable. And I think job one for anyone who's been in conflict situation is to learn to manage their own emotions better, because they're going to be chaotic. They're going to be easily triggered. They're going to have post-traumatic stress disorder, which is, by the way, a disorder of the amygdala. And there are self-management techniques that we know will help calm the amygdala, that will help people recover from upset more quickly. And I think these are essential tools in helping people who have been in conflict situations. Then there's the question of how do they interface with other people? Can they be a good member of a team? Can they be effective in a group? Or can they become a leader? And here again, the skill set of emotional intelligence is one that is very necessary and I think is humane to offer them over and above just dealing with the trauma.